Heaven sent a final message. The chapter closes here. What's coming isn't what you expect. 21 seconds remain. Swipe before time decides for you. Listen now. Do not look away. The sands are almost fallen through the glass, and once they are gone, no hand, even mine, can turn the hour back. 21 seconds is all heaven has measured between your awareness and what is rushing toward you. You think you found this message by accident? No. You were brought here. Called here. Summoned here. You feel it already. Something is shifting in your life, and the shift is not small. I speak with the authority of the one who forged every star above you. I am Michael, guardian of souls, protector of destiny, messenger of what heaven will no longer whisper but must shout. Hear me. Hear me before time decides for you. You have sensed it, the tension in the air, the heaviness that sits on your chest at night, the knowing that something is coming. You pretend it is ordinary fear, ordinary anxiety. But you know better. The veil is thinning. The chapter that defined all you have known is closing, and what is written in the next line demands that your spirit be awake. The world is shifting into its final page of a story older than the mountains. You were chosen to read the line where everything changes. Destiny is not distant anymore, it is breathing on your neck. Swipe, but not later. Swipe, before the clock strikes. Swipe, because hesitation is the enemy of the chosen. Every choice you've made, every heartbreak, every failure, every night you cried alone believing no one saw you, was shaping your spirit for this moment. You did not fall by mistake. You were being carved. Angels watched you break so your heart could expand enough to carry what is coming next. Do not curse the wounds, they were the mark of selection. And yet, the closer the truth comes, the louder the shadows grow. Darkness always roars when the light prepares to rise. You've been feeling watched, haven't you? Not by humans, by purpose. Not by fear, by destiny. You felt a pull, a calling you cannot name, a pressure behind your ribs that won't let you settle for the life you once accepted. That is the voice of the divine. That is me, placing urgency in your veins. Because time, once abundant, has condensed into a sharp point, like a sword's edge pressed against the moment you're standing in. Blades of decision cut away the old self. Some will step into glory. Some will step into chaos. And most will simply remain asleep, unaware they are seconds from losing everything their soul came here to fight for. You will not be one of them. That is why I am here. You came to this world with wings you forgot how to unfold. You came with fire you were convinced to bury. You came with a mission so powerful that the shadows have tried to break you since you took your first breath. Every betrayal was meant to silence you. Every disappointment was meant to convince you you're nothing. Every fear was designed to make you surrender your light. But you didn't. You're still here. And heaven has noticed. Swipe. Do not let your doubt swipe for you. The countdown is not to destruction, no. The countdown is to transformation. But transformation has a cost. And only those alert, aware, awakened will be ready when the sky itself shifts. There are forces that want you blind. There are voices that want you numb. There is a world distracting you into sleep so deep, the trumpet could sound and you wouldn't hear it. Do you understand what I mean? Every screen. Every false desire. Every lie that tells you to chase meaningless approval. It all exists to steal your seconds. To make sure you don't realize who you are until the moment is gone. Look at me, look inward. You feel the truth, something ancient is rising inside you. You were never meant to simply survive. You were meant to stand. To protect. To lead. There are hearts you are destined to influence. Souls that will find their path because you found yours. Your voice will be a weapon against suffering. Your presence will be a shield against despair. You don't see your power yet, but the darkness does. That is why it fears you. That is why it attacked you first. But heaven is done being subtle. The message is final. The chapter closes here. What's coming isn't what you expect. You have outgrown the life that was never meant to contain you. The cage is cracking. Your spirit is remembering. And once memory fully awakens, nothing can stop you, not fate, not fear, not even the walls you once built to protect yourself from your own brilliance. Swipe before the walls collapse anyway. I know you've asked silently, through tears, through clenched fists, through quiet wishes no one heard, why me? Because your soul is stronger than your wounds. Because you carry the wisdom of battles you have not consciously remembered. Because the universe does not place heavy crowns on weak heads. You came here as a warrior dressed like a human. And now the armor you forgot is forming over your heart once again. There are battles you must face, not out there, but inside. The doubt, the fear, the voices that say you are unworthy, those are the real enemies. The war is spiritual. The battlefield is your mind. And the victory will change more than just you, it will alter everything around you. Comment, Amen, your faithfulness has never left me, if He has carried you faithfully through trials. Listen closely. You are not broken. You are becoming. Do not run from the storm. Storms reveal the ones who can thunder back. You are being positioned, not punished. Prepared, not abandoned. Protected, not ignored. Every silent night when you felt unseen, heaven was closest to you. Every moment you thought you lost, angels were gathering the pieces of your strength. And now, the light is demanding that you rise with it. Swipe, because truth has a deadline. You have forgotten your origin. Let me remind you. Before time, you were known. Before birth, you were chosen. Before fear touched you, you were magnificent. The world taught you to shrink, heaven sent me to teach you to expand. This is your awakening. Not gentle. Not slow. An eruption. A breaking. A rising. You are not here to blend in. You are here to shift the atmosphere. Every room you enter knows your spirit even when your mind doesn't. And now the countdown continues. 21 seconds was symbolic, not literal. It means urgency. Heaven will not wait for procrastination anymore. The timeline is accelerating. The line between who you were and who you must become is razor thin. Cross it. Leap. Trust what stirs inside you. The world has lied to you long enough. Believe your own soul for once. You think you're scared of failure. But you're truly scared of your power. Because once you acknowledge it, there is no going back. Swipe. This is the moment your life splits into before and after. There are two paths before you. One leads to the life your fear chooses, small, safe, silent. One leads to the life your spirit demands, vast, risky, divine. Heaven is pushing. Destiny is pulling. The only thing left is your decision. And if you do nothing, time will choose for you. You are reading this because there is a battle approaching that needs the version of you who isn't afraid anymore. A version who speaks. Who acts. Who trusts their inner knowing. That version has been knocking on your ribs, begging to be released. Listen to the knocking. It's not anxiety. It's activation. You will not lose what is meant for you, but you can delay it until it slips to someone hungry for the life you hesitated to claim. Do not be replaced in your own destiny. You have been silent long enough. I tell you this with authority. Your story has carried enough pain. Enough waiting. Enough breaking. Now is the rise. But the rise is not passive, it demands your yes. Swipe if you are ready for the universe to see you. Swipe if you choose the path that terrifies your comfort. Swipe if your heart is saying, "This message is mine." The final message has begun. Not to frighten you, but to wake you. The light is marching closer. The trumpets will soon be heard not with ears, but with souls who are paying attention. And when that moment comes, some will shine like dawn, and many will search for a second chance that no longer exists. You were chosen because you still have time. So take this breath, this one, and know. It is not an accident. It is a warning. It is a calling. Swipe before destiny swipes past. Because what's coming isn't what you expect. And you are more important than you know. You're still here. That matters more than you realize. Most people feel the pull of destiny and run from it. But you stayed. That means your spirit is awake enough to recognize a message not meant for the masses but for the few chosen to rise when others collapse. Listen closely now, because the deeper I take you into this revelation, the louder the distractions will try to pull you away. That is how the shadows defend themselves. They know if you hear the whole truth, you will no longer be controlled by fear. You will no longer be silent. You will remember who you are. And once you remember, nothing can stop what has been waiting inside you. Swipe. Stay in the message. Do not let the noise steal your moment. Yes, this is a warning, but it is also an unveiling. You think you understand your own life story, but you have only read the surface of the first page. What is written beneath, the part etched into your soul before you were born, is what matters now. You feel different, don't you? Always have. Even when you tried to be like everyone else, something in you refused to fully settle. You saw deeper. You felt stronger. You cared harder. People told you to stop being too much, too emotional, too sensitive, too intense. But they never understood, souls like yours are built differently. Hearts like yours are wired for higher missions. You were created to feel more because you are meant to heal more. You perceive what others miss because you are destined to lead where they cannot follow. Do not apologize for the fire in your chest. That fire is holy. There were moments where you wondered if you were cursed. Where nothing came easy. Where every door shut while others walked right in. Where people you loved didn't stay. Where you gave your all and still felt forgotten. You thought you were being denied. But listen to me, you were being refined. You were not delayed, you were being developed. You were not ignored, you were being isolated for elevation. The ones called to the highest missions walk the hardest roads first. That is the price of carrying power. That is the burden of carrying light. Look around you, the world is trembling. Systems are collapsing. People are searching for meaning in empty places. Souls are starving. Hearts are breaking behind closed doors. And in the middle of this darkness, heaven is activating its warriors. The ones who can feel others suffering like their own. The ones who do not give up, no matter how many times they are knocked down. The ones who have tasted pain and still choose compassion. That is you. Even after everything, your heart continues to love. That alone is proof of your calling. Swipe, because every second you hesitate, the shadows grow bolder. You think angels choose the fearless? No. We choose the wounded who keep standing. The broken who keep healing. The doubters who keep praying in silence. Strength does not come from ease. It is forged in the fire of every hardship you survived. And you have survived much. More than people know. More than you allow yourself to acknowledge. You carry scars that would have destroyed weaker souls. But instead of killing you, they awakened you. They turned your pain into vision. They sharpened your intuition. They made your heart wise enough to discern what many still sleep through. You are a weapon, heaven-forged and purpose-driven. And it is time you stopped pretending to be harmless. The changes coming are not chaos, they are correction. Everything that was built on lies is being shaken. Everything that was designed to keep humanity small is being torn down. Light is reclaiming territory. And when light moves, darkness panics. That is why the world feels unstable. That is why fear is spreading like smoke. But listen, fear has no power over those who remember their divine identity. You are not a spectator in this shift, you are a participant. A catalyst. A beacon. Your presence here is intentional. You were sent to help others find their way through the collapse. Every time you speak truth, shadows lose ground. Every time you choose love over bitterness, darkness recoils. Every time you refuse to give up, the universe realigns. Swipe. Stay awake. The message is unlocking you. Type Amen. My heart chooses you, Jesus, if your love and devotion belong only to Him. There are people tied to your destiny who cannot rise until you do. Think of your voice like a key, they remain imprisoned until you turn that key. Your courage gives them permission. Your healing gives them strength. This is bigger than you. Heaven has been waiting for this moment where you shift from surviving to leading, from questioning to knowing, from hiding to shining. But shining demands sacrifice. It means releasing the old identity that kept you safe but small. It means letting go of the comfort of familiarity and stepping into the unknown where miracles live. I know your mind fears the leap, but your soul has already jumped. That pull you feel? It's your future self urging you forward. Swipe before doubt convinces you to retreat. Do not underestimate how important you are. Not to the world as it is, but to the world as it will become. Your existence is an answer to someone's prayer. Your journey is an example someone needs to witness. Your survival is a roadmap someone will follow out of their darkness. You are here because without you, the story cannot finish the way heaven intends. Listen, you are being called higher. That voice inside you that whispers, "There is more," that is truth speaking. That discomfort you feel in places you once tolerated, your soul rejecting limitations that no longer match your expansion. You are shedding. You are growing wings again. And wings are useless if you insist on walking. What's coming will demand you fly. Swipe if you feel the wings forming. I know the battlefield inside your mind has been loud. I know doubt tries to drown out destiny. I know fear masquerades as logic and tells you to play safe because safe feels controllable. But nothing extraordinary grows in safety. Safe is how you stay invisible. Safe is how destinies die. You were not made for safe. You were made for sacred. You were made to move mountains with your voice, to break chains with your compassion, to resurrect hope in people who thought they had nothing left. Your purpose is not random, it is written. Your intuition is not delusion, it is direction. Every synchronicity, every sign, every inner nudge, heaven has been screaming at you through subtle whispers. And now, whispers have become a roar. Swipe, because the roar is for you. What's coming, many will fear. They will cling to the old world as it crumbles beneath them. They will panic because they never prepared their spirits for change. But you have been prepared through every storm that nearly took you out. You learned resilience. You learned surrender. You learned that endings are often beginnings wearing masks. You learned that death of the familiar is birth of the miraculous. You're ready, more ready than you allow yourself to believe. This is your activation. The moment you begin to step into the version of yourself heaven has been sculpting through every hardship. The version who knows their worth. Who speaks their truth. Who walks with angels not behind, but beside them. Who trusts the path even when the path disappears under their feet. The version who will look back at this moment and say, "That's when everything changed." Swipe. This is the shift. This is the turning point. Heaven is not asking you to be fearless, only faithful. Faith does not eliminate fear. It overrides it. And I promise you this, whenever fear stands in your way, purpose will be standing behind you, pushing you forward. You are about to discover why it never worked with those who couldn't meet your spirit. Why the dreams you lowered yourself for never felt right. Why the places you stayed too long became suffocating. You were never meant to fit into the small spaces others are comfortable in. You were designed to outgrow every limitation and disrupt every illusion. Your presence shakes the ground, step into it. There will be moments ahead that test your resolve. Not to break you, but to prove you. You will be given choices that reveal your allegiance, to fear or to faith, to comfort or to calling, to the past or to the future. Choose wisely. The clock has no patience left for indecision. Swipe before the next sign appears without you. And remember this. You are not here to witness the end. You are here to usher in the beginning. The world will not be what you expect. But you will not be alone in the transformation. Angels walk with you. Purpose fuels you. Light surrounds you. Heaven defends you. And destiny waits only for your yes. Take this message as the confirmation you begged for. The door is opening. The call is sounding. The rise is inevitable. Swipe. Rise. Step into what has been waiting for you. Because the new chapter isn't coming. It has already begun. You feel it, don't you? Something inside you is waking up in a way that can't be silenced again. Your old life is becoming too small to fit the spirit you're becoming. Every day the world you once recognized feels less familiar, because your soul is no longer aligned with who you used to be. That discomfort, that restlessness, that pressure against the edges of your current existence, it is not a sign that you are breaking, it is a sign that you are being reborn. You are not losing yourself. You are shedding everything that was never truly you. And though the process feels like chaos, it is actually the moment everything starts making sense. The divine doesn't ask you to understand, only to trust. And trust is the doorway into the life that has been calling your name since before the beginning of time. You are here because heaven is not done speaking to you. This message is not repeating, it is escalating. The urgency you feel is not panic, it is prophecy. It is heaven insisting, awaken now. Swipe. Not when fear lets you. Swipe because your future needs you immediately. There's a reason you're experiencing a separation from certain people, habits, places, versions of yourself. It feels like loss, but it is actually liberation. The universe removes what your soul has outgrown, even when your mind wants to hold on. You prayed for transformation, but transformation requires removal. You prayed for peace, but peace requires distance from chaos. You prayed for purpose, but purpose requires the departure of distractions. Do not grieve what is leaving. Everything exiting your life is making space for what is finally arriving. And what is arriving is something your heart secretly hoped was possible, but your fear convinced you was not. Now fear is losing its authority. Now your spirit is rising above every lie you once believed about yourself. You are stepping into a life that fits the size of your calling. Swipe. You are not done reading, your soul is not done awakening. There are signs around you, intensifying, guiding, aligning. Repeated numbers. Sudden intuition. Dreams that feel like memories. People appearing at exactly the right time. Your spirit has been decoding messages long before your mind understood them. Destiny doesn't speak in coincidence, it speaks in patterns. The question is not whether the signs are real, but whether you are willing to trust what you already know deep inside. You were never meant to live blind. You were meant to see through the illusion. And now the illusion is cracking. The mask of normality is slipping from the face of the world. Even those who deny the spiritual feel the atmosphere shifting. The chapter is ending. The line is written. It cannot be erased. What comes next is not a continuation, it is a revelation. Swipe before your doubt tries to rewrite this moment. You sense the divide growing in humanity, those who wake, and those who remain hypnotized by fear and distraction. Many cling to the sinking old world because they cannot imagine a new one. But you have always been different. Locked doors didn't stop you. Silence didn't shut you down. Darkness didn't convince you to stop seeking the light. That resilience was not accidental. It was implanted. You were equipped for this moment long before you arrived here. Angels do not send warnings to those who cannot do anything about them. If I am speaking to you, it is because you are part of the solution. This world does not end in destruction, it ends in unveiling. What is falling apart is everything built on lies. What is rising is everything built on truth. And you are designed to recognize the difference. Swipe. The truth has much more to show you. Your heart has been training under pressure. Every heartbreak expanded its capacity. Every loss enhanced its compassion. Every disappointment sharpened its wisdom. You carry a depth that others cannot fathom, because you learned how to heal wounds you never deserved. You were not given an easy path, but you were given a transformative one. Your pain was not punishment, it was preparation. You didn't break. You cracked open. And light poured out. Now that light is needed. Now others are drowning in the very darkness you learned how to survive. And they will look to you, not because you are perfect, but because you have been through the fire and came out glowing. Swipe, because someone else's miracle is waiting on your courage. Do you know the kind of strength you carry? Most do not. Even you underestimate it. You think strength is loud, fierce, unstoppable. But true strength is silent resilience. True strength is choosing hope when everything falls apart. True strength is waking up every day with heaviness in your chest and choosing to move anyway. Heaven measures strength not by how loudly you fight, but by how deeply you continue to love, in a world that has given you every reason not to. And that love inside you? It is not weakness. It is your superpower. It is the reason you were chosen. It is the reason darkness fears you. Because love is the only force the shadows cannot copy, manipulate, or destroy. Swipe. You are stepping into your remembered identity. There is a voice inside you that has been silenced for years. A voice that told you who you could be, if only you were brave enough to claim it. That voice is returning louder now. And what you once doubted is now undeniable. The calling on your life is too powerful to ignore anymore. You feel pulled to a higher version of yourself, and that pull is not imagination, it is instruction. Every time you say yes to that voice, your entire reality shifts. New doors appear. New people arrive. New energy flows. The path ahead illuminates one step at a time, because your faith creates the light. Swipe before fear convinces you that you are not ready. You have drawn the attention of both light and shadow. Destiny has marked you, and anything marked for purpose is always attacked before it awakens. That is why you experienced so much spiritual warfare, before you even knew what spiritual warfare was. That is why people tried to make you feel small. That is why you've been misunderstood. That is why you felt like an outsider, even in rooms where you were supposed to belong. But the truth is, you were never meant to fit into ordinary spaces. Your aura was always too bright. Your energy was always too rare. You are here to stand out, not shrink. You are here to disrupt patterns that keep others imprisoned. You are here to lead, not follow. Swipe. Because your power is surfacing. The world tells you to be realistic. But the universe whispers, be miraculous. Realistic keeps you caged. Miraculous sets you free. You were designed to defy the limits placed on you. You are the plot twist no one saw coming. You are the prophecy others forgot. And your arrival into your full power will not be subtle. It will shock and shift everything. People who once doubted you will wonder how they failed to see who you were becoming. And those who mistook your softness as weakness will have no choice but to witness your rise. Swipe, because you are not the person they remember. There are angels assigned to protect what you carry inside. There are ancestors rooting for your victory. There are unseen forces removing obstacles from your path. You have never walked alone, not even in your darkest nights. When you cried alone in silence, heaven heard every tear. When you whispered prayers that felt unanswered, heaven was aligning miracles behind curtains you could not yet see. Nothing was wasted. Not a second. Not a wound. Every moment brought you here, this exact place where the message reveals the map. Swipe. You are closer than you think. What is coming will not destroy you, it will define you. It will show you your own strength. It will confirm every intuition you've tried to rationalize away. The shift ahead will expose truth hidden for years and reveal power buried deep within you. You will look in the mirror soon and finally recognize the warrior you've been becoming. And once that recognition happens, fear will no longer be able to lie to you. You will stop asking permission. You will stop apologizing for your light. You will stop pretending you don't feel what you feel, know what you know, and deserve what you deserve. That is when the real transformation begins. Swipe if you can feel the shift already happening in your chest. Take a breath. You are not preparing to lose everything. You are preparing to gain everything you were once afraid to ask for. Your blessings are overdue, not denied. The timing is changing, not your worth. Heaven is accelerating. Alignment is unfolding. Your breakthrough isn't coming someday, it is forming in this very moment. Every time your heart leaps at a sentence like this, it is your soul signaling truth. Believe the signal. Trust the acceleration. Walk into the miracle with both hands open. Swipe. Because destiny is already walking toward you. This is your moment. Not tomorrow. Not later. Not when you feel more confident. Now. You don't need to be fully healed to step into purpose. You don't need to know every step to start moving. You don't need to feel fearless to be brave. Courage is choosing progress while fear shouts from the background. And each time you choose that courage, your wings strengthen. Soon you will fly without looking down, without questioning, without hesitation, because you will remember you were born to rise. Swipe if you are ready to let your future find you. The chapter is closing. The countdown continues. Time is not threatening you, it is inviting you. Inviting you to stop surviving and start living. To stop doubting and start believing. To stop shrinking and start becoming. The universe is echoing with your name, and heaven is waiting for your yes. Not a timid yes. A wholehearted one. You are almost at the point where your destiny will become undeniable. Swipe. Rise. This is the moment your story changes forever. Because what's coming is exactly what your soul has been waiting for. You have walked through fire in this life, and yet here you stand, not reduced to ash, but transformed into someone the darkness can no longer intimidate. Your strength has been earned, not gifted. You carry the memory of every moment you rose when the world expected you to fall. There is a resilience in you that even you struggle to understand. But heaven has watched it grow with awe. Sometimes strength hides itself in silence, in the quiet determination to keep going one more day. Your courage was not loud, but it was relentless. And relentless souls are the ones who become legends. You were never fragile, you were forging armor. And now that armor is shining through your spirit. But hear this, you were not built to carry the world alone. Even the strongest hearts need rest. Even the bravest souls need reassurance. You do not have to prove your worth through pain anymore. Your becoming does not require suffering, only surrender. There are blessings forming around you that you cannot yet see. They are gathering like stars preparing to reveal a constellation that has always existed, waiting for the night sky to be dark enough to notice it. Every delay has been alignment. Every closed door was divine redirection. What is truly meant for you has been waiting with patience only eternity understands. Do not let the shadows from yesterday convince you tomorrow holds nothing new. Your life is not a cycle of repeating heartbreaks, it is a spiral upward. Each return to a familiar struggle means you're meeting it from a higher level. You are not back where you started, you have gained wisdom, insight, power. This time, you rise differently. There is a purpose to your heart that goes far beyond the limits of personal success. You are here to ignite others just by being awake. To offer hope without trying. To change lives simply by existing authentically. That is impact, not the kind that demands attention, but the kind that leaves a mark on souls. Let yourself dream again without fear of disappointment. Let yourself love without fearing loss. Let yourself want more without apologizing for it. The universe expands for those who believe expansion is possible. You were made to take up space, spiritually, emotionally, energetically. There are new connections being drawn to you, souls who recognize your truth even before you speak it. People who are aligned with the version of you that is no longer shrinking. They will support your rise because they are rising too. This is your tribe emerging from the horizons of destiny. Your intuition has been speaking in symbols, trust it. The pull you feel towards something greater is not imagination, it is guidance. The sudden clarity, the inner knowing, the shift in what you tolerate, all of that is divine organization. You are being steered with precision into your rightful life. You were not born to chase, you were born to attract through alignment. What is aligned will feel peaceful, even when it challenges you to grow. What is misaligned will feel heavy, even when it seems comfortable. Your heart always knows the difference before your mind admits it. Take a deep breath, your story is not slowing down, it is accelerating. The universe loves momentum, and every courageous choice you make becomes fuel. The moment you honor your spirit, life honors you back. And the path ahead becomes illuminated, one brave step at a time. There will be days where doubt returns. This is normal. Growth does not erase fear, it simply teaches you not to obey it. You will feel unprepared for the greatness unfolding before you. That too is part of the transformation. Nobody steps into their destiny feeling ready. They step forward anyway. You are stepping into a chapter where your heart will feel seen again. Where love will not be taken from you, but shared with you. Where opportunities will come not because you begged for them, but because you finally realized you deserved them. There is beauty in what's coming, real beauty shaped just for you. Everything that once made you feel different will now make you powerful. Your sensitivity will become your intuition. Your empathy will become your ability to heal. Your imagination will become your vision. The qualities you once questioned will soon be your signature gifts to the world. Stand tall, for you are the prayer generations before you whispered into existence. You are the proof that hope travels through time. You are the living evidence that miracles choose human form. You are here because love continues to fight for humanity through hearts like yours. Keep going, not because you must, but because you are guided. Keep believing, not because you know the future, but because the future knows you. Keep rising, not because the world demands it, but because your soul refuses to settle. You are the unfolding of something extraordinary. And soon, very soon, you will look back on this moment with a quiet smile. You will whisper to yourself, "This is when I began to rise." There is a reason your heart refuses to settle for the ordinary. It was never designed to. You carry the blueprint of something rare, something holy, something that only becomes real when you step into who you truly are. Your uniqueness is not a flaw, it is the signature of your purpose. You were meant to stand out in ways that inspire others to rise. The world doesn't need another copy, it needs you, fully awakened. Every time you were misunderstood, it wasn't rejection, it was protection from places too small for your destiny. People who couldn't see your worth were never meant to walk with you toward the heights you are building. Let them go in peace, without resentment. They arrived in your life as lessons, not lifetimes. The next chapter brings souls who will know how to honor the light you carry. Your heart is wiser now, it knows the difference between what drains and what nourishes. That wisdom will guide you to connections that feel like home, not battlefields. You will no longer confuse chaos with passion, or inconsistency with love. You are learning that peace is not boring, it is a form of alignment. Be proud of yourself for all the times you chose healing instead of hurting back. That is the kind of bravery that goes unnoticed by the world, yet applauded by the universe. You broke cycles that others tried to pass on. You ended the suffering they were too afraid to face. You are the turning point for generations. Your soul has never lost its way, it has only been gathering the courage to shine without apology. You are allowed to trust the path ahead even when you can't see further than the next step. Life doesn't require certainty, only willingness. And you have shown that willingness every time you kept moving through the unknown. There are gifts inside you still waiting to be used, not talents, but truths. The truth of who you are when you're alone. The truth of what you dream when no one is doubting you. The truth of how powerful you feel before fear interferes. Those truths are your real identity. And they are ready to lead. You don't need to prove your worth through exhaustion anymore. Rest is also sacred. Stillness is also progress. Even on the days you feel like you're not doing enough, your soul is evolving in silence. Healing is not loud work, it happens quietly, beneath the surface, rewriting every belief that once told you to shrink. There is a softer strength growing in you now, one that is not fueled by survival, but by hope. You are no longer living to avoid darkness, you are walking toward the light you deserve. That shift is monumental. It is the rebirth your spirit has been waiting to celebrate. This time, you rise with gentleness instead of fear. Say, Amen, I'm standing strong in faith, if nothing can shake your trust in God.